So in the Japanese edition of Chimera, there was a bonus track, live one.
Bummer.
Sorry?
What a bummer, right?
Yeah, yeah. Why always Japanese people have to get bonus tracks when we don't?
Because they have ridiculously... The CDs that are not imported in Japan, the ones they print in Japan are ridiculously expensive. So therefore they often demand that they should be released before the other countries in Japan, also that they should have a bonus track.
Okay. That's why. And I wanted to know, all the songs which are on Chimera, are all the songs you wrote for this record, or do you have some leftover material which didn't make it on the record?
We didn't record any
extra songs.
No.
Okay.
But I have a lot of new material, but that's for the next album.
Yeah, already?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, David has 2, and I have 6 or 7. So we just need to rehearse and add vocals.
So
because it's been a long time since we started on Chimera, so we don't have time to...
Hopefully the new record will come probably very quick.
The next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have the ambition of starting to record in the summer.
Okay. Well, so it hasn't been released yet, now you're going back to the studio. Yeah, okay. Alright.
So without this bonus track again, does it give you an idea? What about releasing a live album someday?
Would be cool. I think we need more live routine, so that we're really tight before. We need to do some longer tours before that.
And about touring, do you have any projects for touring?
There are some loose plans to go to Mexico. It might not happen. It may, and doing a show in a festival in Montreal, and but there's a French tour coming up once again in September with Adagio.
Wow! Cool, that's great.
And Massacre is releasing the album in June. That's a German label, so if it goes well, maybe we can add some German and Netherlands, Belgium shows to that tour as well, if it goes well, I don't know.
Okay.
But this one is Replica Records plan, this Adagio, Andromeda.
Heard about them before?
I've heard of them, I haven't heard them.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty good?
Never heard the music. Okay. And so, I guess live DVD is also planned. Something you would like to do?
Of course.
Of course, that's a dumb question.
We want to play Ozfest.
Yeah? Why not? The thing is that you can actually record live DVD for if you go on tour with Adagio, because now you have enough material.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah?
We can, I mean...
So think about it.
If we could pick, maybe not the whole show is perfect, but we could pick tracks from different shows.
Absolutely.
That's always an alternative, and then maybe add some backstage footage.
Yeah, why not?
Fooling around.
Breaking a chair and saying, "Lou this." Remember that one?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We actually had a few people from our question from our message board actually. Yeah. So they wanted to know. One wanted to know actually, what is your opinion on the actual prog metal scene? I mean, obviously in Andromeda there are some influences, obvious, but most of all you also like to go in some new directions. Don't you think that prog metal bands kind of stay in the same direction and then keep on using the same idea?
Yeah, I guess, but that's not fun, is it? Or what do you mean by the same?
I mean that they try to, I wouldn't go that far, but not to compare them like Iron Maiden, who does Iron Maiden, right Iron Maiden style.
Over and over and over.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the opposite, maybe you try to do something totally different and prove it on this new record with something like the Hidden Rhythm again.
Yeah. That's a question. We want to do that.
So
we
this
would
is-
rather have the development of Metallica
Yeah.
as an ideal as opposed to Iron Maiden.
Mhm.
Even though I'm not saying that Metallica's new album it still sucks, but I admire them for trying to do something new at least.
Yeah, you mean musically now? They're in a situation right now that they could go anywhere.
Yeah, because they don't have the commercial pressure and
I understand what you mean. So yeah, this was the link actually why earlier I asked you what was in your CD player nowadays, because sometimes it has to include on your songwriting.
yeah.
Then you're not agree with that, right?
Yeah, of course it might.
Yeah.
I have sometimes trouble, if I write a song and then when I look back a few months later, I have forgotten what I listened to at that point. And sometimes a song can consist of a riff that's several years old, and then combined with new stuff, and then it doesn't make sense, because then I can't trace all the stuff I was listening to when I wrote the different parts. But sometimes it can be obvious what one has been listening to at the time. But then again, that may be bands that I have listened to during a long period of time, so it doesn't really say anything. Okay, that song sounds a bit like Opeth, for example. Yeah, but I've listened to them since '95, so that doesn't make much difference.
I have one last question, more question parts. Some people will ask actually, what is Martin's real place in the band? And he meant here that, for instance, does he have his keyboard part on the guitar part, or maybe it's the opposite, for instance?
Martin.
Yeah. Because some unison parts are probably more keyboard based than guitar based, you know?
We haven't really had that much unison guitar since months, or melodies on Camera.
Yeah, but maybe on Choice One.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them I guess are written by me, and some of them are written by him, I think. In Morphing Into Nothing, I mean, that whole song is mine.
Okay.
But I can't remember if there is any any other song with that kind of stuff.
I was actually thinking about Choice One. Because
Yeah, that's my. I think that's. When I come to think about it, I am the one responsible for those unison lines.
Okay. Okay. I think for this part we've covered it all.
Okay.
So